everyone, Angela Drake here, and I thought it was about time I got back on my YouTube channel. I've been wanting to get here for a while, but I've been a little busy. Things have been a little crazy. My husband retired the end of December, and so we're just trying to find a new workflow here. I'm also dividing my time between two businesses, my creative business during the day and my writing at night. So I just needed to find a path. And today, after a conversation with Amber McHugh, and I will leave her information down below, Amber McHugh is a guru when it comes to figuring out what you want to do, how you want to do it, and where you need to go. And we talked about this morning about the throwing spaghetti at the wall thing, and it's something that I haven't done in a while. But we're going to talk about spaghetti in the pot versus spaghetti at the wall versus spaghetti sitting nicely on your plate with the other things that need to go with it. Maybe a side salad, or maybe you do family style and you have chicken on there. But anyway, that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, when I first started out, probably 4 years ago, before I started working with Sarra over at HeartBreathings and her HB90 system, which I absolutely love, and I will get back to that in a minute, I pretty much had spaghetti in the pot, and I was watching it twirl around in the boiling water, and it wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't finding any direction. I couldn't catch up with it to throw it at the wall because I didn't know what I was going to do. So once I got in with Sarah's HB90 system and I figured out how to plan things out. Now, I've always been a planner, always. From the time I was in middle school, I would bring home sheets, the big 12 by 16 or whatever sheets of paper from the art room, fold them up and make little file folders in my drawers. And I could file everything and keep everything organized, and I knew what had to be done when. And you know, for school that was one thing, but when it came to starting my businesses, I didn't equate the two going together. And then I got in with Sarah in the HB90 system, and it got me back into actually working with a planner that functioned. And that's the other thing. And I'm going to be doing some planner videos here in a couple of weeks. So once I got the HB90 system and I started planning out where I was going, it was less about watching the spaghetti swirl in the pot, and less about picking it up and throwing it at the wall and seeing if anything stuck, because I found that I had a plate to work with, and if I took it out and I placed it in the plate exactly where I wanted it to be, and I could place the sides around it, things fell into focus for me. Now, I got off of that a little bit last year. I focused on getting our house and us ready for Bob's retirement. I always knew that I did not want to be one of those senior citizens who had to make a choice between paying for groceries and paying the light bill. I didn't want to be that senior citizen. So I started planning us out, started stocking a pantry, started really keeping the budget serious and not just spending willy-nilly. And again, it was part of that planning. We weren't just doing everything with whatever money we had. I was keeping a balance in the checkbook that I wanted to keep in there in case of emergencies. I started working more seriously with the cash envelope system and only using what I had cash on hand. I was doing savings challenges, and it made a difference in how I planned for our retirement. And now that I'm planning to reopen my Etsy business and start working with trying to de-stash a lot of my creative supplies that I don't necessarily need anymore while making some cash and staying within the constraints of my own Social Security spending, and my writing time in the afternoon. And I'm going to be talking about a writing schedule in the next couple of weeks. And this was kind of an impromptu video. I figured while I was done up with my Zoom call with Amber McHugh this morning, I would pop on here and talk to you. So what I'd like you to think about is, have you even started throwing spaghetti at the wall? Or are you still watching it swirl around in the pot, wondering where to start? Set one goal. Set a goal and it doesn't have to be an immediate goal. Think about where you want to go. And then we can start breaking that down into smaller increments of road trips. And we're going to have company here in a minute. My tabby cat, I'm not paying any attention to her, and she's not sleeping on the Joey, so she thinks she has to be here to help. But we will be talking about taking that spaghetti and planning what we want to go with it and setting it up as a meal plan in the next couple of weeks. So for this time, think about what is your long-term goal? Where do you want, whatever business you're running, whether you're an author or you're a creative, whatever your business is, where do you want it to go? What is your ultimate goal with the business that you want to do? And then in the coming weeks, we're going to talk about the steps you need to get there. So here's where I'm at with mine. My ultimate goal is to de-stash while making some cash with all of my craft supplies and my creative talents. I love to create. Making things is what I do. So my ultimate goal is to start de-stashing my warehouse of all my crafting supplies. You can see a bunch of them back here behind me. This is just my paper. This doesn't even count the other stuff. I primarily make junk journals right now, and I do card making, and I want to do more scrapbooking. But I have to break those down. So my ultimate goal is to de-stash while making some cash. So what do I need to do to get there? Well, I need to decide what items I want to put in my Etsy shop. And then I need to decide for each of those items the steps that I need to take to have them ready to go in my Etsy shop. I'm also looking at doing a subscription service for junk journal supplies, which I have an abundance of. I'm thinking about themed boxes. I'm thinking about the marketing for those. And one of the things I'm thinking about is doing getting some beta players to take a look at my subscription box and give me their thoughts. And so that's one of the things I'm planning. So for this week, I'm focusing on what do I need to do to get the items that I already have done into my Etsy shop by March 1st. I have several items made. I have ribbons and fibers, and I have napkins. You name it, I got it. So I want to focus on the items that I have first to get them in my shop. Once those are in my shop, then I can start thinking about, okay, what do I want to put in there next? And then what do I need to put in after that? And I'm just going to take it one product line at a time, 1 to 2 weeks at a time, instead of thinking, oh my God, I've got so much stuff I need to get done and I need to get made, and I'm going to chill. I'm going to start with that, with getting the items I already have done in my shop. Then I'm going to take a look at the things that I have started that I need to finish to get put into my shop next. Then I'm going to start looking at my calendar and thinking, okay, the spring is coming up, Easter's coming up. What items can I get in my shop ahead of that spring Easter theme? Then I'm going to start looking at summer things, and they'll be next in line and getting those made. Then I'm going to start looking at October daily. I'll start looking at December daily. I'll start looking at fall items. And I'm going to use my calendar, use my planner to help me set those items up. That's me as a creative. So now let's switch gears and go to my author side, which is why you're here, is on my author channel. I have things in progress. I need to finish book 2. That is first on my list. I need to pull book 2 out of the pot and figure out where it's going to sit on my plate and what I need to do to get it ready to upload onto my account. Once book 2 is ready to go, I have edits on a book that I reclaimed somewhere down the line that I got my rights back to, that I need to get it ready to go and get it up. And while that's in line, then I can start working on book 3 and then book 4. I'm not looking at the whole overall series of the 4-book series. I'm going to take them one book at a time and one step at a time. Once I get to back into book 2, what do I need? I need to finish it. Then I need multiple rounds of edits, but I'm only going to focus on one round of edits at a time. Just one. Go through it this time and look for certain things. Go through the next one and look at certain things. Go through the third round of edits and look at certain things. Get it to my beta readers and let them tell me what I'm missing. Then I can focus on getting it ready to publish. Same with Somewhere Down the Line. It was already published. I got it back from the publisher and they totally messed it up. Totally. That I had taken out of the book, they put back in, and all the edits that we did and they approved, they put all that stuff back in and put it up. So I really have to work on that book and get it fixed before it can go up. But I'm not going to worry about it until I have book 2 up. With that context, book 1 in the series, An Ozarks Christmas, took me 25 years to write. I'm only on year 3 for book 2 in Ozarks Reunion, so I'm okay. I'm only on 3 years, but I want to get it up. I have book 4 mostly plotted out, but I'm not ready for it yet. I need to get Somewhere Down the Line up and off my desk first. So, pick your projects one at a time. List your projects out. When you are done listing them out, only focus on one. Don't look at the others. Shuffle them back into the deck if you have to. And then when you have the first project done, then you can go in and break down the second project. And we'll come back and work on those together. Now, my videos are always going to be short on this channel. My bandwidth is horrid. And it will take me 3 hours to upload a 20-minute video. So, you're always going to, if you want a quick video, always come to my channel and you're going to get a quick video. In the meantime, I'd like for you to leave a comment down below and tell me, what is the one project you are going to be focusing on for the next 2 weeks? And we'll start there. Let's talk about the projects we have and let's encourage each other to finish projects. And if you have questions about how to finish something or you've hit a snag and something is really driving you crazy and you need some feedback, feel free to leave that in the comments below as well. Also, I moderate on Tuesday nights for writing sprints from 5 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Linsey Ewing's channel, and we'd love to have you join us. We sprint for 25 minutes, we break for 5 minutes. And we do that routinely from 5 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'd love to have you join us. So I will leave Linsey's link in the description box below. And you'll also find all of my personal links down below. My blog and my Facebook and, all the things. So I hope you'll follow along with me. In the meantime, I'd love for you to like this video. Remember to comment. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you back here next week for another episode of Let's Get the Spaghetti Out of the Pot. Creative blessings.